Do you know Ebute Meta means three apples? Do you know Ebute Meta belongs to the Awori? Do you know Ebute Meta people was the first set of civil servants in Nigeria? I am Genius Shafi and I will be talking about the history of Ebute Meta. Stay tuned. So this is one of the Abo also where the Europeans bring their goods to Nigeria. Ebute Meta was part of the Awori Kingdom of Oto with the capital at Oto just before Ido on the way to Lagos Island. Ebute Meta is Yoruba meaning the three harbors, that is Ido, Oto and Oyingbo. In the olden days, the king Oba Oloto of Oto controlled this harbor and had his agents collecting taxes from the ships bringing goods to Lagos using those harbors. Around 1850s, there was a great tension between the Christian community and adherents of traditionalists in Abeokuta, which was on the verge of snowballing into a sectarian crisis. On the eve of the departure of some European missionaries from Abeokuta, the native Christian converts, fearing that the dominant traditionalists would descend on them in the absence of their European protectors, begged the Europeans to take them along to Lagos. On getting to the colony, the European missionaries went to the king of Lagos to ask for him to allocate land for the Egba Christians from Abeokuta. In response, the king said Lagos Island was already filled up and he couldn't afford to give the little available land to the Egba people. Instead, he suggested that the colonial governor John Glover contacts his brother Oba the Oloto, whose territory was located just across the lagoon. Governor Glover approached the Oloto, who agreed to give the Egbas a large tract of land from Oyingbo Court Street to somewhere just before the lands of Yaba beginning. Glover Street, where LSDPC estate was later built about 130 years ago. These Egba Christians, some of whom were Saros and Amaros, then formed a community which they called Ago Egba. The Yoruba for Egba camp, they built their church, St. Jude's Church schools to educate their children and trading concerns, and they divided the land into streets which were originally named after their European missionaries and colonial officers. The streets were also named after some of the Egba chiefs like Oloye Osholanke. Thus, we had Denton Street, since renamed Murtala Mohammed Way, Griffith Street, Freeman Street, King George V Street, since renamed Abat, Macaulay Street, Cemetery Street, Bola Street, Osholanke Street, Napa Street, and Oko Baba Street. These Ebute Meta people went on to form the first set of civil servants in Nigeria after the amalgamation of 1914 and the construction of railways. Ebute Meta became a great destination for many people coming from the hinterland to Lagos, many of whom couldn't get accommodations on the island, reserved for only the Europeans and upper-class Nigerians. The Ago Egba people in Ebute Meta constructed, which was commissioned in 1938, by which time their third generation descendants had become the engineers, technicians, and station masters of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, with stations and offices nearby. We could appreciate if your opinion had been heard. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. And this is one of the apples. This is Ido, where the railway